The top news headlines: Meitei celebrates Sajibu Noma Panba Chairauba with gaiety and traditional fervor across globe. Security service shouldn't be seen as a force. Personnel should treat people with gently, says MLA T.H. Radheshyam. And Technopole District Police nabs 2 persons along with suspected brown sugar estimated to be worth 7 crore rupees in international market. Hello, a very good evening. You're watching the Mami TV English News in Focus with me, CHENGLEINGANBI KHAIDEM. The news in detail. Meiteis across the globe celebrated Sajibu Noma Panba Chairauba with gaiety, jilt and traditional fervor. People offered seasonal fruits, vegetables, rice and other uncooked food items to the Meitei deity Lainingthau Sanamahi in the morning. After getting blessings from Lainingthau Sanamahi, dishes were prepared and offered to local deities at the residential gates. Later, the family members had the feast together. After the feast, family members climbed Cherauching and other nearby hillocks, signifying the elevations of the spirit to reach the divine. Governor of Manipur Laganesha greeted the people of Manipur on the occasion of Sajibu Noma Panba Chairauba, the Lunar New Year festival of the people who follow Sanamahism. In his greetings, Governor Laganesha wished that the new year brings more happiness, prosperity and peaceful coexistence among the people of different communities in the state. Chief Minister Ann Birent offered prayers at Chief Minister Bungalow on the occasion of Sajibu Noma Panba Chairauba, the Manipuri Lunar New Year today. The Chief Minister offered indigenous Manipur dishes to local deities and prayed for a prosperous and peaceful Manipur. In a post on social media, Chief Minister Ann Birent said prayers were offered to the local deities for a peaceful, healthy and prosperous state. MLA of Hairok Assembly Constituency, MLA T.H. Radheshyam, has asserted that the security personnel should treat people gently, their service shouldn't be seen as a force, and that security service is like doctors of the society. The MLA was speaking at the closing ceremony of the 4th batch training program of Super Secured Security Service as for Private Limited at Hotel Imphal today. Speaking further, MLA Radheshyam stressed the importance to have proper security service in the state as the society is still not an idle society. Although the government takes up security measures, it alone cannot cover all the areas. The private security services have been filing up the loopholes, he said. Radheshyam further stressed the need for private security personnel to have soft skilled and communication skilled, and also to make people aware of the difference between law enforcing agency and private security service. He also urged the people to discharge their duty efficiently without thinking just for the salary, and only then the society will develop, the MLA added.
Security service, customer care, we are going to provide service. Criminal, property, gari mi very few, very little. But customer when akoina hara hara taram taram o kana establishment du institution du or keno du akoi company du madu mayam na pang na ba hendoi ne but akoi security akoina phasana tawdragadi hoji company du demand le ra roi mi sang roi hospital sang roi hotel mi la roi aduna double edged keno oitai training sira soft skill how you behave with people how you conduct how you communicate karamba wangang sana karamba wahai watana phasana ngang ni al dana kamai ngang na dana kamai ngang but singnawa amot pa katukan tawdo bala aga den adurati kian ba sang ni ko.
Certificates and medals were also distributed to 5 selected personnel for their outstanding performances during the training. As part of government's war on drugs, a team of Technopol District Police apprehended 2 persons, including a police personnel, along with 92 shop cassettes suspected to be brown sugar weighing 3.795 kg, estimated to be worth around 7.59 crore rupees in the international market. According to police report, the arrested persons have been identified as D. Lekholun Haukip, 37 years old, a police constable at Churachandpur Police Reserve Line, a resident at Lajangpai Village, Churachandpur, and Ngamkho Haukip, 22 years, of Songpe Village, Churachandpur District. A Honda City car bearing registration number MN02B6350 has also been seized along with them. The report added that efforts are on to nab the drug lords, and war on drugs teams have constituted a district headquarters and police stations of Technopol. More and Machi cash rewards have also been handed over to the team who nabbed the duo, it said. Chief Minister N. Biren extended Ramadan greetings to the people of Manipur, especially the Muslim brothers and sisters. In his greeting, the Chief Minister said Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar and is one of the most important observances for the Muslim community. During the holy month, Muslims purify their minds, bodies, hearts and souls by fasting and praying to Almighty Allah. The act of fasting during this month is considered as one of the 5 pillars of Islam. It is a practice of perseverance and self-restraint which gives strength to both body and mind, the Chief Minister said. He also wished that the holy month of Ramadan brings peace, happiness and prosperity in the state. MLA of Moirang Assembly constituency Thongma Santi also greeted the people of Manipur and Moirang, especially the Muslim brethren, on the occasion of Ramjan. Speaking to media persons at the MLA's office at Moirang Philem Laikai, Thongam Santi said Ramjan, the fasting month, is one of the most important observances of Muslim community. It is a practice of perseverance and self-restraint emulating the sacrifices of Prophet Muhammad. The MLA wished that the holy months bring peace, happiness and prosperity.
Whatever single that got top of Tasda, La Tasda Labada, Equay Maruena, Kundari, Maite Pangal Sinda, soon season Labada Ye, Kankurim, Kundariva, Kundamineva, Manipur, Kunaisida, Apava, Yaipava, Alum Sokatpa, Kayama Poratuna, soon Dharma Yueva, Katopa, Adum Lava. Wow, the so Yajawi, Sumava, Task the Lapasida, Equi Manipur, Kunai, the Vidiva, Kalukuni, Purapanusu, Aman Amidam, Katoknareka, Manipur, Kunaisida, Apava, Aimba, Kunaimo Poratnava, Abadi, Watapadava, Kunaimo Hednava, Equida, Mapuri from the Punatong in Naduna.
MLA of Ukhrul Assembly constituency Ram Muiva has opined that the government should consider repeal of UPSPA from Hill district, as most of the insurgent groups are under ceasefire and suspension of operation, so agreement with the government. Speaking to media persons in this regard, the MLA asserted that UPSPA is a law that degrades the image of world's largest democracy and is a racist and draconian act. Though states like Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand have Maoist insurgency, there has been no enforcement of the act in this state. Implementation establishment of UPSPA in northeastern state is a step brotherly treatment towards the people of the region, he asserted. Ramuiva continued that under the shadow of UPSPA, there have been various incidents where army personnel raped tribal women. Chief Minister Ann Brent has a huge credit in removing UPSPA from areas under 15 police station in the Valley district. He said and expressed confidence that the Chief Minister will continue to work for revoking UPSPA from other districts of the state in future also. A 25-year-old married man who allegedly shot dead his fiancée on March 29 at a brick field in Imphal East using his father's licensed guns was remanded to judicial custody for 15 days by the Chief Judicial Magistrate Imphal East. The accused, identified as Wan Khangimbam Asok, son of K.H. Narant of Khorai Ahongai Leka, Imphal East, was arrested the next day of committing the crime, and the weapon 12-bore SBBL gun is suspected to be used in the commission of the crime at Sabungkho Kunau, Yangang Popi has been recovered according to police report. The deceased was identified as Ningthaujam Lanthoibi, Elias Ijal, daughter of Anmani of Wangjing Tentha, Mathak Lekai, residing at Hari Khagok Makhong Bamo Lekai, Imphal East. Following the ending of the police remand period, the accused was brought before the court by the IO of the case with a prayer to remand him to judicial custody for the best interest of the case. As per the submission of the IO, the accused during interrogation on March 26 had admitted the charge leveled against him. During the interrogation, Asok stated that he seduced the girl and eloped with her 3 times, but in all instances they were separated by their parents, it said, adding that on March 6, Asok confessed to have eloped with the girl for the 4th time and said that he was staying with the girl at his brick field at Sabungkho Kunau, Yangang Popi since then. He also mentioned that as the deceased girl mounted pressure on him to divorce his wife and to accept her as his wife with a ceremonial marriage, and threatened him that her parent will engage someone to eliminate him if she is not married to him. There were frequent verbal feud between them. Asok further revealed that as divorcing his present wife became unbearable to him, he started to chalk out a plan of murdering the girl. Hence, he shot the girl as per the submission of the IO. The IO also submitted the hectic efforts were underway to ascertain the involvement of co-accused persons in the case. The Regional Institute of Medical Sciences RIMS kicked off Swachha Pakhwada campaign yesterday. The fortnight observance will continue till April 15th. Head of Dermatology Department and Medical Superintendent in charge Dr. T.H. Nandakishore administered the Swachha pledge to faculty members, officers, staffs of RIMS, DRED staff and Manipur Security Service in front of OPD block RIMS. Speaking on the occasion, Dr. T.H. Nandakishore urged the faculty members, officials and staffs to fulfill Mahatma Gandhi's vision of Clean India, which was started as a massive mass movement. During the observance, the institute will organize different programs including street play, Swachha health games, poster campaigns, sanitizations drive, World Health Day, painting competitions, tree plantations, cyclotron, etc. Here we have a short commercial break. Please stay tuned for more update.
Online the shopping tower go, booking tower go. Aina nang gusto lay doi ni, thôi bina kanga pambagum, nung si jabagum. Aina nang gusto yam le nung si jaya. Say yes so say so no, forget so fuss so no. Ella the boss ni wari the boss ni.
Yeah.
Ay koi gi apamba, moi na di kakpate hey. Hi 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 ni minta the loy. Matam sepung on ole, angang na ahal sare. Matam sepung sai sai re, ahal su angang ole. Nusi bay mama laitre, papa bay chay hithi dre. Nung bunung sineraba, kanag.
India reported 1,260 fresh COVID-19 cases with 83 deaths in the last 24 hours. With this, India's COVID-19 daily rose to more than 4.30 crore, while the number of active infections declined to 13,445 according to the data updated by Union Health Ministry. The number of deaths from the pandemic climbed to 5.21 lakh with 83 new fatalities. The active cases count comprised 0.03% of the total infections, while the national COVID-19 recovery rate remained at 98.76%. Meanwhile, the number of people who have recuperated from the disease surged to 4.24 crore, while the case fatality rate was recorded at 1.21%. On the other hand, cumulative doses administered in the country under the nationwide COVID-19 vaccination drive has exceeded 184.52 crore across the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Nepalese counterpart Sher Bahadur Deuba today inaugurated a cross-border railway network, a power transmission line, and launched India's rupee payment card in Nepal after they vowed to significantly expand the bilateral ties in wide-ranging talks. The two sides also inked 4 pacts to expand cooperation in areas of railways and energy. In a statement to the media, Deuba said that boundary issues between the two countries was discussed and he urged Modi to resolve it through the establishment of a bilateral mechanism. Modi said the friendly ties between India and Nepal are unique and such a relationship is not seen anywhere else in the world. He said India has been and will continue to remain a firm companion in Nepal's journey for peace, prosperity and development. Modi said the joint vision statement between the two sides on power cooperation will prove to be a blueprint for future cooperation in the sector. Following the talks, the two prime ministers flagged off the inaugural run of the first broad-gauge passenger train between Jayanagar in Bihar and Nepal's Kurta. President Ramnath Kovind was accorded a ceremonial guard of honor on Friday as he began his 3-day state visit to Turkmenistan, during which he will meet the Turkmen counterpart Sardar Berdimuhamedov and discuss ways to boost bilateral ties with the resource-rich Central Asian country. This is the first ever visit of the President of India to independent Turkmenistan and comes just after the inauguration of new Turkmen President Berdimuhamedov. President Kovind was received by Turkmenistan President and accorded a ceremonial guard of honor on his arrival at Ashgabat Airport. Earlier, the Ministry of External Affairs had said India reached importance to its relations with Turkmenistan. Petrol and diesel prices were hiked today by 80 paise a litre each, taking the total increase in rates in the last 12 days to 7.20 paise per litre. Petrol in Delhi will now cost 102.61 per litre as against 101.81 paise previously, while diesel rates have gone up from 93.07 per litre to 93.87 according to a price notification of state fuel retailers. Rates have been increased across the country and vary from state to state depending upon the incidence of local taxation. This is the 10th increase in prices since the ending of a 4.5-month-long hiatus in rate revision on March 22nd. And all petrol prices have gone up by 7.20 per litre. India and Australia today signed an economic cooperation and trade agreement under which Canberra would provide duty-free access in its markets for over 95% of Indian goods such as textile, leather, jewellery and sports products. The India-Australia Economic Cooperation and Trade Agreement was inked by Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal and Australian Minister for Trade, Tourism and Investment Dan Tehan in a virtual ceremony in the presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Australian counterpart Scott Morrison. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that this is truly a watershed moment for India-Australia relations. Morrison added that the pact will further deepen Australia's close ties with India. The agreement will help in taking bilateral trade from 27 billion to 45 to 50 billion in the next 5 years, Goyal said. Now let's recap the headlines once again. Meitei celebrates Sajibu Nongma Panba Cheirauba with gaiety and traditional fervor across the globe. Security service shouldn't be seen as a force. Personnel should treat people gently, says MLA T.H. Radheshyam. And Technopole District Police nabbed 2 persons along with suspected brown sugar estimated to be worth 7 crore rupees in international market. That's the end for today's News English Bulletin. Keep watching Mami TV News for more update.